Hey everyone, it's Realtor Rob Foglia. Just wanted to come to y'all live today and just go over to answer a simple question for y'all. Do rental properties still work in today's market? As we sit here on Friday, May 27th of 2022, a lot of buyers are, a lot of investor buyers are, I'm hearing a lot of people saying, man, I'm just going to sit on the fence for a little while. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. It just doesn't make sense to buy a rental property. Values are too high, etc. And guys, there are still tons of deals out there that make sense. I pulled up one right here that actually I just closed on. I closed on about a week or so ago. I want to walk through the numbers with you real quick and show you why rental properties still work. And I for one, think it's a fantastic place to put your money. Maybe I'm biased because I know real estate. I sell real estate. I don't know the stock market. Some people would probably argue stocks are better. Hey, go for it if that's what you know. The reality is there are some great investments that will make you money. They're going to help you grow your net worth, and they're going to produce positive cash flow. So this property right here, I've got pulled up that we just closed on. It's in Clarksville. It is Clarksville is about 45 minutes to an hour northwest of Nashville. I, for one, love this neighborhood that we purchased mainly because it's right off the interstate. So it attracts a couple of different buyers. You've got Clarksville has the Fort Campbell base up there. It's got Austin P State University as well. There's a lot of potential tenants in Clarksville. And the cool thing about this one being right off the interstate is somebody could theoretically live there and drive 45 minutes to go to Nashville and work. So there's a lot of great potential tenants. And anyway, this property right here, a couple of reasons why we purchased this one. One, it was going to make sense from a rental standpoint, and I'll get to that in just a second. But two, there are some things that I look for because I like something that's basically move-in ready, something that we don't have to do a ton of work to. You can see, I mean, this home is basically move-in ready. We might have to do a little bit of cleanup with the flooring once the sellers finish moving out. You can see the carpet's a little older. We're going to get all that squared away, no big deal. Paint's all neutral. I think, hopeful, knock on wood, that when they move out, the paint's good enough to where we don't have to repaint anything, and we'll be good to go. On top of that, a couple of things that I loved about this property: the fact that it's got a newer roof, new HVAC, new water heater. Three of the biggest expenses that end up coming up for most landlords: a roof. A house this size, even though it's only 1,100 square feet or so, a house this size, that roof could easily be $6,000-7,000. Add to that an HVAC. HVAC could be another $7,000. A new water heater, about $1,000 usually. And the reality is those expenses are what hold a lot of people back from buying a rental. This right here was a great opportunity for us because we understand that these big ticket items, that's not going to come up for us, knock on wood, for a while. And so then the question comes, do the numbers work, especially with rising rates? Well, as I mentioned, we just closed on this property. We did what's called a 1031 exchange on it. So we sold another rental property of ours and purchased this one. And I can get into 1031s another time, and we can talk about that on another video possibly. However, we had a pretty good down payment for it. So we had a little bit more than 20%. I think it ended up being about 30% down. And long story short, this line right here that I'll highlight, PITI, the mortgage, that's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Everything that we pay to the mortgage company is about $1,130 a month. Now, the market rental amount is $1,700, and that's not only straight from my property manager and straight what I thought we could have gotten right when we started looking at it. But on top of that, we've got a renter ready to, like, it's leased out. We just need to, like, the seller's moving out in a couple of days. Again, we've already closed on it, and once it's ready to go here, first week of June or so, we'll have it rented out and be ready to go. And so the reason I share all this with you is right now, without any other expenses, and I'll get into other expenses in a moment, the profit and loss is profitable $570, excuse me, a month. So roughly almost $600 a month on this, just as a place to park your money and see some passive income coming in. Now, we're going to have a property manager. They charge roughly 10%, I believe. So subtract 170, it's still positive $400 a month to be completely hands off on. So meaning we don't have to deal with tenants calling saying there's a roof leak or a toilet running or anything along those lines. And so it's not only going to make us money every single month, but then we get to ride the wave of appreciation. So there was another property that Kelly and I bought last year that was relatively close to this one. In fact, I won't pull up a map, but I mean, I'd say it's less than half a mile from this. It's almost an exact clone to this. Very, very similar property. These are very prototypical for what I like. Newer, built in the last 20, 25 years. single family, 1-story homes, 3 beds, 2 baths. Like that's my criteria. That's what I like. And I like Clarksville and I like that exit. And anyway, long story short, that one that we bought last year, we bought it for 190. This sold for 250, and this was honestly, I'm surprised we got it at that price. I'm grateful we got it at that price. So I mean, the reality is our money that we have sitting in the other property has gone up roughly $60,000 in the last year. Like that's phenomenal. Now that's abnormal. I mean, I'll be honest with y'all, like that type of appreciation is abnormal for real estate. However, historically, real estate appreciates at about 4 to 5% every single year. So we know that we can park our money, the money that we had for that down payment on this property, we can park that money and see the value of this asset, not just the value of the down payment money, but the value of the entire asset grow roughly on average 4 to 5% every single year. That's a historical average that we've seen in real estate. Some years are going to be better, some years are going to be worse. However, that's going to be a number we can go off of. Not only combining that, but then combining the profit. And then eventually, years down the line, this will be gone. The mortgage will be gone. At some point, we'll have that paid off. And then all of a sudden, it's not just $400 a month. I mean, that could be, if that was zero, even with the property manager, you're at $1,530 a month. Just say say at that time it's $2,000 a month. I'm sure you see where I'm going because numbers increase over time. So I'll stop rambling on the subject. I just wanted to share this with y'all, a personal story about how we're growing our wealth through real estate, how we're seeing some passive income come in from rental properties. And that rental properties do still work in today's market. You just have to know your criteria and you've got to take action as soon as you see it. Like this says 6 days on the market. Guys, that was after it came off the market. You can see it actually went under contract here within a couple of days. They went active on the 13th here, or excuse me, on the 7th. They went under contract on the 15th. They went back available on the 18th when the buyers, the financing was not able to go through. I don't even know if they gave their earnest money. We swooped right in. As soon as I saw it was active, I went through and we wrote a solid offer that got their attention, that made them say, all right, cool, this is great. Like, in fact, I didn't even see this home in person. And yet I knew, based on my criteria, I knew the neighborhood. It had things that I like the newer roof and HVAC and all that. And I saw enough in the pictures. Like, these are very straightforward, simple homes that they're easy to tell that, hey, this is going to be wonderfully rent ready. It's got a pretty back deck. It's just so many nice positives with it. And so long story short, we took action as soon as we saw it as well. So anyway, y'all, like I said, I'll stop rambling on it. If y'all have any questions about this or anything to do with real estate, reach out. If you're seeing this through email, just hit that reply button and we'll get right back with you. If you're seeing this on Facebook, either leave a comment or you can also PM us as well. I'm happy to answer any questions that y'all have. And if you see this on YouTube, leave a comment or just email us, info@foliaproperties.com, and we'll help you any way that we can. Until next time, I appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to y'all soon.